Hey everyone, I'm Sarah Fish.
And I'm Brandon Price.
And this is Fish
or Price Ranch.
Good morning, everyone. We're here at Fisher Price Ranch. So today I have good news and I have some bad news. I think we'll go with the bad news first. That way it ends in good news. So this crazy guy behind me, the dog, he's been jumping the fence. So let me show you what we've had to do with him temporarily. So here's the little turd. And we had to put him on a chain, which I hate to do because he's a livestock dog. But as you can see right now, we're putting up electric, so he's not going to be on there for very long. But the problem is, he's been jumping that fence. Now, what we did when... Hey, I'm talking. What we did was when we brought the bucks over, which are in this pen, they're out there. He's a whiner. We separated the dogs. So all the dogs are in their own pen with their own goats. So Hulk, because he's still a puppy and he tries to play with the really, really young bucks, which are in the weaning pen over there, he cannot be in with them until he kind of grows out of it. So we have him in with the big boys because they won't tolerate it. So Hulk is in here. He's been with Thor since he was a puppy. And so Thor's in the next pen with the weaning boys, and then Czar, of course, is with the girls. So anyway, Hulk has been jumping over this fence here in with Thor. And he's been crazy. Every time we feed, he thinks it's for him, and he starts whining and he jumps the fence. So the problem with that is as you can see, our boys, let me, I got chicken feed in my hand. Let me zoom in here. There's no Wrecker. Wrecker has watched Hulk and has now done the same thing. So bad news is, I will show you where Wrecker's at. So whenever we leave by the buck pen, this is how Hulk acts. It's really bad. So anyway, here's Thor being such a good boy. And then here's the doe pen over there. And oh look, there's Wrecker in with the does where he should not be. So he jumped in there last night. Well, yesterday, late morning, but we had to go an hour all the way to town. It's an hour back. Anyway, we got home late, so we were only able to do the clips. We didn't get the wire up, and we got to do a solar charger because, well, we're out here where there's no electricity. So he's been in there all night because even if we pull him out, he's just going to go right back. So luckily, hopefully, he hasn't got anybody. I haven't noticed anybody to be in heat, so I'm hoping he's just in there trying to get somebody's attention, and everybody so far seems to be ignoring him. Luckily, 20 of our girls are bred, so, you know, obviously none of them are gonna have any interest in him. So that's the bad news. So we're gonna get this electric fence up and going now that the sun just came out. We've had a little bit of clouds this morning, but we've got sun now. So we're gonna get this charger in the sun and get our wire up. And once that's done, then we'll be moving Wrecker. All right, so our yellow clippies are every other T-post because they're only 10 feet apart. So they're every 20 foot that we have clips all the way around on 2 acres. And we're doing temporary electric fencing because, well, this is the chicken pen. It's the buck pen temporarily, but eventually this will be the chicken pen, and we weren't going to do all this electric fence, just a top wire, because the chickens don't try and go through the fence. So anyway, Brandon's rigged up this with rebar and a piece of wire or bar there, and it's allowing our spools to spin because we have to walk 2 acres with this. So we've got it on our cart, and we're going to start it right here at the gate. And then we're going to go all the way around. We're going halfway up and then just above the top and go all the way around. And then back to the gate over here. We'll do some on the gate itself, and then we'll connect them right here with our fence connectors that we purchased. these guys here. So that's what's in store for today. All right, so we have all of our wire is up all the way around. So what we did was we did one row, like I said, all the way at the top, all the way around one piece of wire. We did the same halfway, all the way around one piece of wire. And then what we did was once we connected to the gate here, we just had this wire come up from the bottom one and we're connecting it to the top one. So that way it's one solid loop. And then all we have is this one piece of wire here. This is where we're going to connect for our fence. So we're going to put our little gate piece on here. We'll tie it back here and then we can connect it onto here and that'll make our our solid connection. And then we have our ground rod over here. We almost put it right where that bucket is, but then we realized this tree would block the sun in the afternoon. So we had to move it over here. So we've got our ground rod there. We have our ground rod connector. And then we have our system sitting in the sun right now. And we'll be connecting to that. So we'll have that over here. Probably, I'm not quite sure where we're going to hang it just yet, but that's where we'll connect it. That way it has plenty of sunshine all day long. All right, so here's the finished product. So we got our clip on here. If we want to go in, we'll just unhook it. The hot wire is then disconnected. Though we do have an on and off switch on that guy, which I like. Some of our older ones didn't have that. So that connects the loop. And then over here, we have our panel, which is in the sun. We have our hot wire that connects to the wire that goes all the way around the whole pen. Then we have our ground, which goes all the way down to our ground rod.
Which is like 4 feet in the ground.
Yeah, which is like 4 feet in the ground. And then we have our on and off switch here. Now, these solar panel ones, they have to sit in the sun for 3 days before we can use it. So we're going to hope, because Wrecker's been with hot wire before, we're going to bring him over here and hope that he doesn't jump the fence until we can use this panel. So that's kind of where we're at. All right, you guys, so that was our bad news for today. But our good news is we got more goats. So I'm going to show you guys our new goats. We do have, we kind of bought a herd out from a guy that we had sold one goat to a year ago. And the other two came from another Kiko breeder in Arizona. And then there's a couple of mixed breeds. Anyway, they all had babies, so we bought out everything. So we do have a couple of bucks available if anybody's interested. We have one proven sire, and then we have his son, who's really, really pretty. So anyway, let me show you guys all these goats. So this is the buck. He's hiding between these two. So this is Silver Bullet. He is out of Reese Bickerdike, his herd. He's in Rio Verde, Arizona. So this is the young buck that's available. He's about 1.5 years. He was born last year. And he's already given, let's see, 2, 4, 5 kids, I think. I just don't need any more bucks. You guys know we have a ton. So anyway, that's Silver Bullet if anybody's interested. I'm gonna go to the next pen over here. All right, so here's our weaning pen / weather pen. And that first one that just walked out, the dark one right there in the middle, that is the buck. His name is Midnight Chocolate. And he's a registered purebred, just like Silver Bullet. The one next to him is a wether, that's Jim. We're gonna hold on to him and probably raise him up for food. But anyway, Chocolate is available if anybody's interested. All right, so we're now in the doe pen. They were not cooperating, so I've got to go in the pen. Hi, Zara. You got new goats to guard, huh? Good girl. So this is actually all of them. They haven't totally integrated into our herd just yet, so they're all hanging out right here on top of the hill. These are all the girls. So if you guys have been following us for about a year at least, you'll recognize one of these does. This is GOT Tipsy Fiddler that's laying down, and we got her back. We originally only sold her because we couldn't afford the herd at the time, so we had to cut back a lot, and we sold a lot of goats that year. They're all pretty skittish. They'll come around once they get to the hang of everything. But anyway, so the black and white one, that one is also from Reese Bickerdike. That's Midnight. Right next to her, sorry, the camera's being crazy. Right next to her, this brown and black and white, that is Midnight Galaxy. That's a doe that we're keeping. The other two little doelings are out of Tipsy and Silver Bullet. That's Calla is the solid brown one. The brown and tan one is Cassia. So those are all of our purebred Kikos right there. Tipsy Fiddler is in New Zealand. So anyway, that's the new Kiko girls. And then the other two girls, one is obviously a Nubian mix. She's got the long ears. And this other one that's looking at us is a Toggenburg. And the Nubian mix is already bred to Silver Bullet. We figured we would go ahead and just use them once for part of our breed up program if we like the kids. If not, you know, it could always be food. But, and then we'll probably sell the Nubian cross. We'll see how the Toggenburg does. I like her build a little bit better. So we'll see what she produces. But anyway, we could always end up eating them later if we don't like how they turn out. But these are the new girls. So it's nice to have Tipsy Fiddler back. But now we have two Tipsies. So we'll have to get used to that. But so this is our excitement. All right, you guys, so now we're up to like 54 goats. But we do have the two boys for sale if anybody is interested. They're both purebred registered, already registered with NKR, DNA tested, and disease tested. Everybody's been disease tested for CAE, CL, Yonis, and they're all negative. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.